before you take off on a trip, you want to do a pre-delivery inspection, checking all the marker lights, turn signals, everything, as well as a variety of other things in here. During our inspection of the lighting system of this, we found this marker light here was not working. We know we got power back here because our back marker lights, our front amber ones, are working, and it's very important to have this on, especially at night. You're seeing more of the DOT officers are looking for this stuff and identifying, and it's a safety issue too. You got amber is always going to be up in the front, red's going to be in the back, so when you're coming down the road, they can kind of tell where you're at. So we're going to take this lens off and see what's going on in here. Hopefully it's just the bulb, but this one's got quite a bit of silicone around it, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, so we're going to cut that off first. They have really gone wild on that stuff. There we go, just get it popped off. So we can see, we move it around. Whoop, there we go, look at that. So that's telling me that that is a bad connection, because I have a good bulb here. So I doubt it's just the bulb. A little bit of an angle. Look at that. It is just the bulb. So that's telling me in here these filaments probably have just a loose enough connection. And you know, that's the thing about RVs, is that you're getting a lot of road vibration. And so some of the stuff that normally would last quite a while and is fairly durable, you know, it doesn't take much for just a little bit, like you can see here, for it to not work. We're going to just try bending these out a little bit. It does look like that one's got a little bit of a kink into it. So if I straighten that out somewhat, bring it out, do the same with this one. And since it lit up in the inside, I don't think it's an inside filament. There we go. So that was pretty easy there. Now, if that wouldn't have worked and a new bulb didn't work in it, then we got a different situation, which we see a lot of times in here, is that we either have a bad socket or we have a wire kinked inside. And so what we could do with that one is we could take and use a multimeter, which is like this, hook it to the DC side, and we could pretty much use a multimeter to see if we have power coming in here. Now, a lot of times what's going to happen with something like this is that we have wires that run underneath. And this is fairly common with trailers, that tail lights and a variety of things. You look underneath, you'll see wires that are just strung under. Sometimes they're zip tied, sometimes they're protected with that automotive conduit, the ribbed plastic, which is great. But too often I see them just hanging down there, and you got road debris and all the kind of stuff that could just clip that wire. So, you know, if this socket was not working, I would look at the wires down there, you know, basically go in and check for power coming to this. If there's no power, then I know it's a wire somewhere, because I have the other ones that are working up here. So in this case, it was easy with just pulling that filament out a little bit, getting a better connection. This would also be a good time, in my opinion, to spray this with a little bit of contact spray, the electrical contact spray, because that's going to clean that up really well. Normally, you don't have to do that in something like this because it's covered. But the last thing then is we're going to take and put our cover back on it, and then we're going to clean up some of this silicone. It's really gotten pretty hard. You can kind of see how it flakes up here. So we're going to clean that off, put our cover back on, and run a new cap seal, it's called, or a new bead of silicone around that, just to make sure we don't get any moisture in and start to go into our sidewall.